Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and this is a Lorraine 15551, the Tier 8 French SPG, and we're on the south spawn of Steps, and this is a standard battle. Now the commander of this vehicle is Sniper Note, and he's a member of What Arty Noobs, and he submitted replays to us before. Now this battle is about to get underway. I think you can see that the Lorraine 15551 has standard road tyres as road wheels underneath the tracks. It's based on the same chassis as the Lorraine 40T, which is the Tier 8 French auto-loading medium. Of course, they did actually produce some prototypes to test out this concept, but it was never put into production. I think that was a little too steep. It's backing up. It's going to give it another shot. Turning, wiggling, and yes, it's worked. Okay, it uses the standard 155mm howitzer, which the French are very fond of, and it's pretty accurate, and good on reloads, but doesn't do a hell of a lot of damage, unfortunately. Not a great damage provider. Okay, lovely first shot on that E75, 178 hit points. Right on the money, right on the nose. In fact, you can see the yellow mark on the front of the front plates. Okay, STRV 1030, a Tier 9 Swedish wedge, almost reloaded. It's in siege mode. He might dip below that ridgeline. Rounds out, and it direct hit. Shell disappeared, no explosion. Definitely got him. Okay, you can see an E50M running away. There's a TVP going down into the dip, and a T26 hiding behind that ridgeline. Looks like that E50M is going to join the T26. We've lost sight of the 103. Ah, T49. And it's being chased by an AMX 1390. Yeah, 1390. Oh! That was unfortunate. Shell hit the rock face, but the 1390 was taken out by the STRV 103, which is further up here. We last saw it, and that T49's gone into the dip and it's disappeared. Okay, the TVP's making the occasional shot and then dashing around the corner. And it's difficult to hit once he's below that ridgeline, but looks like he's going to come up that ridgeline, use the gun depression. Oh, we lost sight of him. And he fired. Oh no, it's a bit behind. That's unfortunate. Just losing sight of him temporarily, Sniper Note wasn't able to adjust his aim. But he's waiting for another reload to go in, and should be able to put a shot into him then. Okay, there's the E50M. Side onto 155mm howitzer. He's loaded, but he can't see it. That's unfortunate, so he can't shoot it. But he can shoot these two, the T26E5 and STRV S1, the Tier 8 Swedish wedge, the premium one. And he gets a direct hit on it there, right at the front left-hand side. And it definitely overmatched his armour, because he's only got 30mm of armour. And this is the STRV 103 again, but he's been taken out. So he's going back to this T26 and STRV, almost reloaded. They're very close together. Rounds out. Oh! He hit the T26 this time. He took the shell, but the splash went onto the STRV. Okay, waiting for the next reload to go in. They stay in that position. With the STRV in siege mode, he's going to be very static. Back slightly, but it makes him an easy target. Looks like Sniper Note's going to go. Yeah, he's going to go for the STRV. Rounds out. Direct hit, 333. But Sniper Note's been spotted. He's backing away. I think it's the T49's come south along the gully. Yeah, he's fired a round in there, but missed. And Sniper Note's picked up some stun on the STRV. There's the T49. Yeah, he's disappearing off into the distance, and Sniper Note fires a round in his general direction, but it wasn't fully aimed, so he missed, unfortunately. Okay, he's trying to get round. He's relocating to a new position, just in case enemy Arty was looking. There is an enemy Arty. It's an M40, M43, and we all know how effective the M40, M43 can be, especially if they've got the 8-inch howitzer. Now, there's the SDRV-103. He's sitting in the middle of the gully, and he appears to be... Is he firing? He's being fired on. He may have disconnected. He's not in siege mode. He's getting pummeled. There's a T-28 prototype and an SDRV-103 on Sniper Note's team, and they're pumping shell after shell into that tank destroyer, and he's sitting in the middle of the gully just taking it. I think he's disconnected. He must be AFK. Well, looks like Sniper Note's going to finish him off, and he does, yeah. 73 hit points and claims a kill. That's his first kill of the game. Oh dear, look, Revelry say T95 and IS3, and that T95 is a very dangerous customer. Just a few seconds now before reload. That 4502 is taking a lot of damage. He's been hit by the M40. Fires a round in, he hits the T95, but I think he actually may have damaged or stunned the 4502 in the process, and so he may lose credits for that. He's lost sight of it temporarily. And the T95 just ends the game of the T28 prototype. It's a very powerful gun that T95 has. Now he's loaded. Lining up for another shot, round out. It hits the ground. I think it hit the ground in front of the T95. I think the T95 would have moved on. The STRV's pulled down from the ridge, so they can't see it at the moment. But there is a Badger up there and a Defender. In fact, although the enemy cap area is undefended right now, so they could cap, they've all come south to try and deal with the enemy that's coming from the west. Not sure if that's a wise decision. They should try to take the cap, put pressure on the enemy team. They have got the advantage in numbers. Okay, that T95 is dancing, but he's dancing backwards and forwards to try and avoid getting hit on his lower plate. He's wiggling like mad, but he's just behind that rock, which makes it difficult for Sniper Note to get around him, but he did get around there, directly into the target. Okay, extending his aim again. Going back to the T95. Almost ready. You can see the yellow marks from the HE mouse that have hit that. And another direct hit. 326 hit points this time. And he must have done some damage because it's still. So he must have either taken out the driver or damaged the engine or done something. Some critical hits that really did affect that T95 because it stopped moving temporarily whilst the driver or the player fixed whatever problem had been made. Oh, that one fell behind, but it did stun the T95. So I think Sniper Note is actually having a big effect here on that T95, on its effectiveness. And there's a bit of a worry here because the Type 5 Heavy has appeared in the gully and is coming south along the gully. And there's also a Type 4 Heavy coming along the gully as well. And another direct hit, 347 this time. He's almost totally wiped out. He's only got 167 hit points left. So next shot will finish him off if Sniper Note can get another round into him. It's wiggling like mad, but it won't protect him from Arty. He needs to get behind a rock to be Arty safe. He needs to get behind the rock to his left, to his right rather. But he's not doing it. And that round finishes him off and Sniper Note claims his second kill. But we've got this Type 5 Heavy and we've got another tank, a Type 4 Heavy coming down. So Sniper Note's been spotted again. He's had to move. And he's relocated to avoid counter battery. Okay, he's gone back into the bushes so he can't be seen. But every time he fires, he will be seen. We've lost sight of the Type 5. And the Type 4. Now the enemy's down now to 2 heavies and the M40, M43. And that's a direct hit. 141. I'm looking to see if I can see where it hit. I think it was on the very front. I'm using Aslains mods at the moment, and you can actually see the yellow stain caused by the impact of the high explosive round. Standard ordinary rounds appear red. Yep, that one went into the turret of the Type 5. He's picked up some stun assistance, but he's had to relocate just again to avoid being spotted by the Type 5. But when he did that, unfortunately, he also put an obstruction in the way. So it's adjusted again. The worry is he might be taken out at any time if these tanks turn their attention to him. And he manages to take out the Type 4 with a hit for 97 hit points there. But it's now one Arty and a tank destroyer. The tank destroyer being a Badger against the Type 5 heavy and an M40. Now that Badger hasn't got much in the way of health left, but that Type 5 really has got a lot of health. Now it looks like Sniper Note is going into the open. He can be seen. He has been spotted. He fires a round in, but he pulls back. Now will he get around from the M40? Very probably. The M40 will pay attention to him now. Now he knows where he is. He's backing away, trying to get an angle to shoot the Type 5. Oh, that's the M40. Yep, and we can see where the M40 is. He's obviously over on the west side of the map. And he's been spotted again. He fires a round in, but he's going to have to move because he's lost virtually all his health points. He's only got 9 hit points left. If he gets seen again, that could be the end of him, because a splash will take him out now. And that Type 5 is still there. It's still advancing on the Badger. My normal advice in this circumstance would be get out or get behind that Type 4. Oh, we've lost the Badger. Oh no, this could be it. Round out. He gets the Type 5 for 271, but the Type 5 now knows where he is. And he has fired, but he's going down for one more shot. But I think the Type 5's going to reload before he does. In which case, it's going to be curtains. He's in the cap now, and yep. So, ends in a defeat. That's unfortunate. He did a lot of work there. Hell of a lot of work. But it wasn't meant to be. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it's an ace tanker for Sniper Note. He also picked up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, crew incapacitations or module damage. He got 17 crits in that battle. And he picked up a Gore's medal because he did more damage than 10 times the hit points of his own vehicle. Which is pretty good work. It shows how heavy his workload was. Well, unsurprisingly, he came second on damage to the SDRV. He came top when it came to kills with, or joint top with 3. And he came top when it came to base XP with 790, which is not bad considering he was on the losing team. He fired 23 rounds, got 17 direct hits, 16 penetrations, 5 splash, damage of 3,648 hit points, of which 3,252 were more than 300 meters. He received 1 hit, 1 penetration, and 1 hit as a result of splash damage from the M40. He actually did do damage to his own teammate. I think that was the VK4502. So he lost 5 hit points to his own team there. He damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 3 of them. And also did stun assistance damage of 2,129, which is pretty decent score, off 18 stuns. On a premium account, he earned 54,261 credits. And he also received 5,110 credits as well, because he got the Epic medal, the Gore's medal, on top of the Ace Tanker. But he was fined 999 credits for causing damage to the VK4502. So after repair and ammunition resupply, which is relatively cheap for the Lorraines, he still had 21,120 credits, which is a very good total from a loss. So nothing to be ashamed of there. He received 1,185 experience points, and he received the bonus for getting an epic medal of 660 experience points as well. And he had a personal reserves bonus going as well for 923, so he took away 2,768 XP. Now that's the sort of total you would expect in a winning battle, let alone a losing one. So well done indeed for getting your ace tanker, your Lorraine mastery. And for getting the Gore's medal, and bad luck on the rest of the team giving out. I mean, you certainly did do a lot of work, and it's just a pity that in this particular occasion it didn't pay off. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay I'll be featuring in my next video.